Yo to the community, man. Welcome into the Crispy Capping Show, behind the curtain with your favorite Capper series, man. My name is Chris, or Crispy Capping, at Crispy Capping on Twitter and YouTube. I handicap sports and provide free betting analysis. I'm the host of the Crispy Capping Show on YouTube and Twitter, where I analyze sports for bettors, teaching the community how to gamble smarter, how to bet smarter, and as always, be profitable long term. I'm also a student of the game, man. I've had my successes, but I'm also always looking to learn. So I figured it might as well be from some of the sharpest minds in the gambling space, man. I decided to reach out to some of the greatest, most successful, inspirational cappers that I've come into contact with in the gambling space and pick their brains by conducting these interviews with them to take the audience behind the curtain, man, to learn a little bit more about their favorite cappers as a capper, but also as a person. So with that being said, let's get into it, man. My guest for the day, he's been capping sports for 3.5 years, man. 3.5 years. 3.5 years, full time for 2 years. Just launched this Locks Picks Elite group where you can get it, where members of his group can get access to his plays daily. He's affiliated with Props.Cash, Odds Jam, Prize Pick, and the next one that hasn't even dropped officially yet, Chalkboard. A big thank you to my guy for being here today, man. Welcome in, PropGod.
Yo, what's good, bro? What's up to the
What up?
community?
what
How y'all
up? What
doing,
up? What
man?
up, bro? What up, man? It's good to get you on camera, man. We're gonna go
Man,
behind
I
the
feel
curtain and
special
talk
being
about
here,
it.
bro.
I appreciate that, bro. What's going on with you, bro? How you feeling, man? Big
I'm all
move just
good.
now?
Yeah, finally got the move done, bro. Just still working on getting settled in, but still had to get the plays out. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a little adjustment, but I feel like I'm getting back to normal. What's today? Wednesday. Moved in Monday, so yeah, it's been 2 days so far. So it's still new, but everything coming in, coming together.
Yeah, for sure, prop. So yeah, man, we're gonna run through the questions, bro. Like it's
All
story
right.
time. It's question time with prop, man. I know you. I like to do this in the very beginning too. For people who don't know, I like to kind of tell a story behind the story. So one of the reasons why I reached out to prop to to join me on the show is we kind of rub shoulders in one of the spaces for you guys who do know me through Twitter and the Twitter spaces that I was doing during the NBA basketball season that just passed. I was getting 15, 20, sometimes 30 guests a day. And Prop came in, he gave out a play. I don't even know what the first play was he gave in the space, but it hit.
I
And
think the first play, bro,
you
was
remember?
Zach Levine, 4.5 assists. I was taking
Word.
that. It was plus money, and I was taking it personally. And he kept cashing. It's like the books weren't adjusting to it. Um, yeah. So I think that the first day I came, I ran with that, and then I started doing the Joker, the blocks and steals, and it
Mm-hmm.
just yeah. But the first one I gave was Zach Levine over 4.5 assists. And I think I still got a screenshot of it. I think the odds were like plus 106, bro. I got a good memory, like with numbers and everything. I think it was
Well,
plus
that's
106, bro.
crazy. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
do. I do. I definitely remember the blocks and steals for Jokic for sure. For sure, prop. That
That
used
was a
to
wagon,
I
bro.
remember, yeah, you just kept running it back and they kept setting it at 1.5, and he would either get two blocks or two steals or one of both. I definitely remember that. I
Yeah.
remember where you was betting it at. You was betting it on BetMGM.
The MGM got the best odds.
Yeah,
For
absolutely,
all,
bro.
as far as prop wise, they always got the best odds. So yeah.
Absolutely, bro. So yeah, I think it's because FanDuel's used a little bit more. So a lot of people run to FanDuel to put their bets in, and the market gets adjusted quicker because they get so much money on a prop, so they got to adjust the line. And BetMGM doesn't get as much action. I
Oh, I
would
never
say,
thought of that.
yeah, that's what it is, bro. Because you got to think when the lines first come out, sometimes you can get better lines on FanDuel, but if you're gonna do it, you got to do it early. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like for instance, today is just for the audience. Today we're recording this on June 29th, and yesterday Zach Wheeler was on the mound and playing against the Atlanta Braves. I was capping the game late night, and when his strikeout total opened, it opened at 6.5, and it was minus 115. And when
Yep.
when I went to sleep, it was 6.5 minus 152. When I woke up the next morning, it was 7.5 plus 120.
Plus,
So
yep.
that's what I mean, bro. Like the so much money comes in on FanDuel because they are the biggest book. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's get into it, prop man. I think the
And
people
that's
will find this
also,
educational for sure and
yeah,
enjoy the
and then that's
conversation,
good
bro.
too as far as the early odds. Well, that's what the point of me doing inside the lines, because a lot of
Oh
those
yeah,
lines drop
oh
while
yeah.
we,
I should have added that to your bio, bro.
I
My
forgot.
guy's the host. My guy's the host of
Yeah,
Inside the Lines, the nightly Twitter MLB show
preview
where
you
him
say.
and a preview where
Mm-hmm.
him and the guys. Sometimes I'm involved. Most of the time I'm asleep, but him and the community get together, chop it up, give out free plays and analysis for why they like it to make sure that they can beat the lines and we're not getting this the diluted line all the time. I think about
Yeah.
it like this, prop. I don't know how you look at it, but I think the perfect analogy, because a lot of people don't know about CLV and big lines and different things like that, right? Closing
Mm-hmm.
line value, just different things like that. I think about it like this, right? If your grandma or your mom, whoever raised you, go to the grocery store, and they take you with them, and they get to the vegetable section, they liable to just skip out and not even get no vegetables if they see a whole bunch of people over there playing around with them, like picking them up and putting them down, and
Oh yeah.
the line to,
You
and
wouldn't,
that's
not
how I
even
think
gonna want
about
it.
that exact. That's how I think about the lines that way, prop. Because if you gonna beat the line and you gonna get the freshest one, you gonna do it early. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, that's
what
true.
you get in the morning, what you get 30 minutes before the game is the picked over line that everybody then kind of figured out what they wanted. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
why shout out to OzJam. That's why we use OzJam. Props. He's an affiliate. I'm an affiliate. We
for
both
sure.
got sign up links. But that's why I like OzJam. That's why I like capping the games the night before, because like you said, you do get the best line. So yeah, prop. Let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it, man. First
All right,
question
let's
I got
go.
for you. First question I got for you, prop. Before handicapping sports, man, you're a person, right? And a lot of the times I know, people don't really get a chance to connect with the actual person, only the capper, right? So prop,
Mm-hmm.
when you're not capping games and you're not, handicapping sports or, betting on sports, what you doing, man? Like what's your personal hobbies? What you do with your free time?
Well, I'm a father first. So I got two kids, son and daughter. Um, so when I'm not on dad duties, as far as hobby wise, I try to play the show, baseball, the
Okay.
game. I got a PS5. I used to play the game more, but I don't have the time now. You know what I'm saying? So I love bowling too. I was in a bowling league for a couple years. So
Okay.
that was like my main hobby, just like just that's what I was doing for fun over the past couple years before the pandemic. Really, once the pandemic came, they had stopped all the leagues, and I just never went back after that. You know what I'm saying? It worked itself out of my schedule with it being gone. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the most part. Spending time with my kids and family. I'm big on like family. I don't really like the club scene and all that type of stuff, bro. So not at this point. So yeah, I'm just a family guy. Spend time with my lady. That's it, bro.
I love it, bro. I love it. I
And it's
feel
so
like
simple, you know what I'm saying?
I
It's
was
like,
about to say, I feel like so much of what we do, requires us to be at home, like in front of a computer where we can have like
yeah,
alone time and free time, and then like it's real work. Like so, when you're not doing that, you really just want to relax and chill. You know what I mean? I feel like I
exactly.
get that. I feel like I get the most simplistic answers when I ask people that, like just from being on the show so far. This is the sixth episode, and I feel like everybody kind of giving that answer. And it's crazy because I fall straight into that same plateau, right? Like if I'm
Yep.
just chilling, bro. I'm watching sports if I'm not betting on them. Like you said, I'm running around with my son. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
simple stuff. You know what I mean? Taking them to the park, reading them books. You know what I mean? Like yeah. So I love that answer, prop. I love the simplicity, man. Especially with like the pandemic, it kind of shut the world down. Anyway. So I think people just kind of got normalized to not going out and being like, yo, this is actually cool. Even though for me, I
Hmm.
say I was a homebody in the first place. You know what I mean? Like I'm cool being at the crib all weekend, not really going nowhere. You know what I mean? So yeah, so as far as sports, right? You cap so many of them, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about that. But as far as
Hmm.
playing, you play any sports, bro? Like
Oh
growing up,
yeah, I
like any
play.
organized sports, high school travel team, YMCA, collegiate. What you do, bro?
So I play little league baseball.
Okay,
And then I played football. I played football all the way up to my senior year in high school. Then
okay.
it was it after that.
Okay. And for the people who don't know, Prop, tell the people where you from, man. What was you playing football
Oh, I'm
at?
from Chicago. Yeah, I played in Chicago. I went to King High School over in the low end, Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
prop in Chicago. Okay.
I played football from I would say fourth grade till 12th. Uh, they had a fourth and fifth grade team in my community, and then I just went through that program. I ended up being able to go to I played with that program until eighth grade, and once eighth grade, I transitioned to high school, and it just went from there.
Okay. What position you play, Prop? Was you any good, bro?
I was decent, bro. You know you can look me up too. So fourth and fifth grade, I played on the D line. Um, High school, I started off as a fullback slash linebacker, but by the
Okay.
end of my career, I was starting at D tackle. So
Okay.
I was always kind of heavy. You know what I'm saying? So my dream was to play tight end, bro. But I'm only 6 feet tall, so it wouldn't have worked. You know what I'm saying? I was built to be like a fullback or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nah, for sure.
But
For
I could
sure.
catch though, bro. I could get you some
Got
people
them
and
hands.
tell you some
Yeah.
man. They tell you some stories about me, bro.
Moving on, Prop. Let's talk a little bit about. I'm interested to know how you got the name PropGod. Like that, I think that's
Oh man.
such a significant name, right? And I'm in the spaces
Yep.
with you, whether it's your spaces or it's my spaces, and people like, yo, what up, PropGod? Like, yo, PropGod, can you? How you feel about this? Like, so tell the people, man, where that name come from? Because it's kind of stuck. You know what I mean? By now.
Yeah, it's there now. So it started with so of course my group name is Lockpicks. So people usually call me J Smooth because I'm a smooth, laid back guy. So it was Smooth SMOOVE. So I
Okay.
was running with Lockpick Smooth because our group started on Instagram. So I was running with that, but I don't really bet size too much. I was propping it out. I always bet on props. So my partner Ken, he was like, your name is PropGod. I'm like, but this was man before we even found out about gambling on Twitter. He was like, you should call yourself PropGod. But I didn't think none of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want to say when I first came on your spaces, I know it was recorded, but it's old. My name wasn't PropGod then either. My Twitter name was at Julio De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I forgot what my display name was, but I didn't really stick because I wasn't ready to like transition all the way yet. You know what I'm saying? I just saw space and gave out a play, but the name came from Ken though, so I liked it back then. Then I just ended up sticking with it.
Word. Shout out to Ken, man. I've been in the spaces with Ken as well.
Yeah,
For the
shout out
people
to
who
Bro,
don't
man.
know, yeah, Ken is the other half of Locks Picks Elite. So yeah,
Yep.
you getting he does the silent partner. He plays in the background, but the guy's sharp. He knows what he's doing. They're giving out winners every single day over there. High success rate. So definitely shout out to Ken, man. Shout out to Ken for
Yeah, shout
sure.
out to So as far as capping, well, I don't know if you're gonna ask me. You're gonna ask me how it started, so I guess we can.
Yeah.
You gonna ask how the
Bro,
journey began.
hey, perfect transition,
Oh,
bro. That was
cool,
the next
cool.
question I was about to ask you, bro. How long have you been capping, first of all, and kind of
So
tell the people about your story?
it's been about 3.5 to 4 years. I started capping with Ken though. So I'm trying to remember how I went that day. I think I went and got my hair cut. My barber was talking about it. About sports bet. He's talking about FanDuel or something like that. It was something about FanDuel. I want to say, bro. And he was showing me the app. But I think when I saw the app, it was like the fantasy. That's what happened. I first deposited, I think it was either FanDuel or DraftKings, but it was fantasy. So my money just sat in there. I didn't know what I was doing. I left it alone. A couple months later, I talked to Ken, and he had just went on a trip. And I was like, we both was working at the time, but he goes on trips a lot. So I'm like, man, bro, we both work the same. How you always on vacation? And he was like, man, this DraftKings pay for this. I'm like, DraftKings. I'm like, I got a DraftKings, but I haven't used it. And he showed me pretty much like people on the outside. You see me, you see Prop Guy, you think that's it. That's not it, bro. Like Ken really was the one who showed me how to do the bets, and I'm just the face of it now because I'm good with people. You know what I'm saying? Social media and everything. But yeah, he showed me how to bet. on DraftKings. Then I ended up transitioning to FanDuel, and that was it. The first team I betted on was the Lakers, bro. Yo guys.
I know you won some money. Talk about the first
We
bet, bro.
won that day, bro.
Okay. What you
So
take? You
how
take a
long has
side?
LeBron
You
been
take a
in
side,
LA?
or Bron been in
Yeah,
LA for what,
we took a side.
4 years now? We
So it
didn't
was
win last year. We didn't win the year before. We won the year before that, and I think we missed it the first year. So yeah, he been in LA for 4 years.
before the bubble, because so he was there that year. Then they won the bubble year. So
Uh-huh.
that year, that's when I first started. So yeah, it's been 4 years. So
Okay.
we had a parlay, bro. The Lakers are playing the Wizards. Bradley Beal was losing his mind, bro. We had a parlay though. We weren't even straight betting. We were just parlaying, but we was hitting a lot. So the Lakers were the last leg, bro. Um, oh, it wasn't the Lakers. We had the Wizards plus 10.5. I remember it now. Bradley Beal was losing his mind, bro. I believe the Wizards were down by like 15 or something. Then Beal just got the going off. I'm like, man, at this point, I'm like, should we cash out? Because they was down like 20 something, I want to say, bro. I said, should we cash out? He said, we don't never cash out. I'm like, you sure? I'm like, bro, they down 20 points. We got them plus 10 and a half. You know what I'm saying? So, man, long story short, Bradley Beal goes off. The Wizards end up winning that game outright, bro. They came back and beat the Lakers straight out. That night, we won 2,700 on the parlay, bro.
Yeah. What's that? What was the size of the bet? What y'all put on it?
It was so I think that one I put it was 175. I probably still got the screenshot too because I
Okay.
always keep all like through the years. I got some like my favorite slips and stuff like that at the beginning. I got screenshots of them. But yeah, I think we bet 175. And the payout was like 2781 or something. I told you I'm good with numbers, bro. It was
Uh-huh.
something like that. But it was like a 6 leg, bro. So and the Wizards were the last leg, and that was supposed to have been the safest leg,
Right.
giving them 11 points, and they were now 20. So,
Right. And I was gonna say, bro, Bill, when you started talking about Bill, I was like, yeah, he probably killed us that night. Bill got a thing for like lighting us up, especially in LA too. So yeah, that don't surprise me. That
yeah,
don't
it was
surprise
in
me at all,
LA.
bro.
It was
Yeah,
in LA,
yeah.
bro.
It makes sense because it was the last game on your slip for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So okay. So would you say your inspiration for sports gambling and capping would you say that came from Ken's success, like watching him like take trips and stuff like that? What would you say inspired you to get started?
To get started, yeah, I was because once he told me that's what he was doing, then that gave me inspiration to want to learn it. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I always was looking for different ways to make extra money. I love making money. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is for me, I've done it all, bro. Truck driving. um, I used to teach people how to trade stocks, bro. I always got an entrepreneur spirit, which I'm sure we'll lead into that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to know me as a person. But yeah, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur anyway. But anyways, I could because I was still working at that time. So any ways that I could make extra money, I was for it. So when I saw he was making extra money with it, I was all aboard.
Yeah. So, prob that I don't even have that as a question, but you've talked about that a little bit before. Take the people behind the curtain and tell them what happened, like how you transitioned to being like a full-time capper. Tell them that story.
So I'll give you guys a full story. So I worked for the post office. I started off being a mail carrier. I was there for 7 years. I worked my way up to being a certified supervisor. I I got a promotion from Illinois to be a supervisor at downtown San Diego, the post office, San Diego, California. Went out there, but my kids are still here. I won't give you guys too much on that, but I came back because my kids were still here. You know what I'm saying? Um, and throughout life, for me, it's always I hate being on somebody else's time. You know what I mean? And then I started thinking like, so I'll give you guys like a full open up. My salary was about $32 an hour, which a lot of people would be like great, and they would just work the rest of their lives on that. You know what I'm saying? And retire. But for me, I always wanted more, bro. Like I feel like when you work for a job, I feel like you limiting yourself. When my parents both work for the post office, which is fine. I'm not, crapping on anybody who's working a job. But for me, I always wanted more, and I feel like when you work on a job, they're limiting. They're telling you, the post office was telling me you're worth $32 an hour. But for me, I feel like my work is endless because I could do whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? So when I came back, the post office wasn't trying to work with me, and now the pandemic was going on too. So I I had to make a choice. Was I either gonna go back and not care about how my kids would feel about it, or was I gonna stay? But if I stayed, what was I gonna do for income? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Um, I didn't go back, and that was in August of 2020. I never forget the day. I talked to my girl about it, let her know like what I. She already knew what I wanted to do. My passion was always like real estate originally. Um, so I had to make sure she was fine with it. I said, okay, man, I could do Uber or something like that until I really get to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? But it's a
Real hustling, bro. Yeah.
big risk. So you're gonna leave $32 an hour. You're gonna do Uber and Lyft and try to make it work off that. So I was trading stocks in the meantime, trading stocks and options. I had a setup. It was called Smooth Investments. I got an LLC and everything. So with Smooth Investments, I was teaching people how to trade stocks and options, bro. I was charging them $30, and I would give them training sessions on how to do it, and put them in a group chat, and where I was giving my plays out each day. I started that, man, bro. I think it worked for like 3 weeks, bro. It worked for 3 weeks. Uh, Market took like a crazy bad turn. I ended up blowing most of the money that I had saved. So I went literally. That was at 20. So I was about 26. So at 26 now, I just hit almost rock bottom. I got 2 kids though. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you kind of go through a crisis. Like, man, what am I gonna do now? Like, I don't want to work for nobody. Yeah. It's just I was just stuck. You know what I mean? So I go through a little rough point where I'm just Ubering, lifting it out, bro, making it work, making it work. Um, See, because when it came to the betting, I it was like kind of up and down, like I told you, because we were still parlaying.
Mm-hmm.
So we hit a parlay, but as you chasing the next big parlay, you throwing away that money. And at this point, I'm throwing
Mm-hmm.
175, 200 on parlays, three, just going. And I'm talking about 8 to 10 leg parlays. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like real undisciplined. You know what I mean?
Insane stuff compared to what
Yeah,
you doing now, bro. Compared to what we doing now.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So went through that rough patch, bro. Um and once I had stacked up enough money, I started like single unit betting. So we was doing it personally, me and Ken. Now we transitioning. So I went from one to wanting to teach people how to trade stocks. So okay, now I'm single unit betting, but off them single unit bettings, boom, I'm stacking. I'm now paying my car note, my rent, and all that off just my own bets. I still am like, man, I might need some type of security now at this point. I end up getting my CDL, bro. Go to CDL school for 6 weeks. Get my CDL. I start driving. As I'm driving, bro, I work with this guy. The truck runs out of gas. The gas meter on the 18 wheeler was broke, bro. I'm on the middle of the expressway. I run out of gas. It's freezing cold. I'm stuck on the side of the road. Let me see, I think it probably was like 7 p.m., bro. I didn't get any help because my phone died as well, bro. I didn't get any
Damn,
help until
bro.
7 a.m. the next day on the Saturday.
Stranded, bro.
Didn't know what to, man, bro. It was crazy. So the guy who I was working for came out and helped me, man. When he came out and helped me, I let him know I was done. Like, I just, because you see, the thing was, like I said, I'm big on family. So I was chasing the CDL thing because it was more money and stuff at the time, but it really wasn't a passion. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do the goal when you're an entrepreneur, you want to do something that you love and make money off of it, good money. You know what I'm saying? So, driving and stuff, that still kept me away from the family, and it wasn't making me happy, bro. And then once I went through that, getting stuck, and it's like, man, I'm on this guy's time. It's his equipment. He got me out there bogus. I'm still not controlling what I want to do. You know what I mean? So I stopped again, bro. But truck driving is good money, so I was able to rack up some bread. But the one consistent was betting. Still with the single unit bets, and I'm still paying the bills off of betting. Um, so we pretty much telling like just my journey, right?
Yeah.
To okay, so with the single unit bets, me and Ken, a lot of people used to always ask us, for our plays and stuff like that, but we was like, we want to start charging or build up a brand with it, but we didn't know how. So I just randomly one day I said, man, I'm starting us a Telegram. I started the Telegram. We promoted on Instagram and Facebook, and we got 50 some members. I want to say within I think we got 50 members in about 2 weeks or something like that. I go on Twitter. I don't use Twitter, bro. I didn't even know Twitter was still a thing. I just happened to go on Twitter. I see a space, NBA breakdown. It was you in there. L Cat was in there. I forgot who else. So I listened, but I wasn't following you. I was following L Cap already because I had known who he was. So
Shout out to Cap.
yeah, shout out to Cap. I don't know him personally, but I knew his name, from his work that he's done. So I ended up following you, and I saw you on the space. But I saw you letting people come up and speak. And then it's just history from there, bro. I requested that first time, and here we are here today. You know what I'm saying? So, because it's crazy. We're handicappers. My biggest bet was on myself. So if you rocking with me in any way, free plays or pay, whatever, you rocking with somebody whose biggest gamble was on themselves, and it's turned out pretty good finally. You know what I mean? So
Hey,
that's how we get to here.
Bro, that's a dope ass story, bro. That's
Man,
fucking
bro, a lot
fire,
of
bro. It's a lot of gems in there, man. A lot of perseverance, a lot of dedication, a lot of get it out the mud. A lot of probably sleepless nights, a lot of hustling, grinding.
Man, bro.
You know what I mean? Sacrificing. I love that, bro. Ain't nothing in the world to me better than betting on yourself. So, like you said, the biggest bet you ever hit, bro, was the one you hit on yourself, bro. I love that story, bro. I love that. Transition. So long term, what do you think your goals are? Like, what do you want to do? What do you see yourself like? 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Like, what's your inspirations?
So
aspiration. What's your aspirations? Let me get that right. What's your aspiration?
I would say continue to grow in the community, and that will lead to like it's pretty much content creation. Just beyond the sports betting, we're creating content where it's like whether it's the videos I create sometime. I create artwork for every play. I love writing though. Like one of my passions always was writing. I never went to school for it or nothing like that, but just being able to get a thought out by typing it or even just writing it down. I love to elaborate on things. So I would say some form of content creation. Of course, I don't know, maybe it could be either a big time partnership or something like that. It's a lot of different options, but the main thing is something that's mine. Like Lockpicks Elite or Lockpicks is mine. It's me and Ken's. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, that's going to be a part of it because it's going to be working on my time and it's going to be the content that I want to put out. So just continuing to grow my brand pretty much.
Absolutely, bro. I love that answer too, Prop. That's what's up, bro. That's dope, man. I think it's all gonna come to fruition. You do the hard work on a daily basis, and I'm pretty sure you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, man. And it's only gonna continue, bro. You're gonna keep eating for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely finally trying to pay off, bro.
Yeah, for sure. You blowing up, bro. And I love to see it, man. I love to see the hustle. I love to see the grind. I know you stay up late. I know you up early. I know you watching all the games and transitioning probably to the next question. As far as like my question, the question is, what's your favorite sport to cap? And I know you cap so many. If people don't know, this dude capping everything. So baseball season year long, pretty much. I feel like they only stopped playing for like 17 seconds, and then the break over. You know what I mean? NBA, NFL. So probably, what do you think? What's your favorite sport to cap though?
So my favorite, of course, is of course baseball. It's what I always say. You know what I mean? I think sometimes people forget, like, I got known in your space for my basketball picks, though. You know what I mean? And if people, I think sometimes people forget that, like, so I honestly, I would put baseball first, football second, and then is NBA. But I do tennis sometimes as well. I used to bet on soccer too, bro. But like sometimes you got to just have some discipline. Like you don't want to go too crazy. But my favorite sport to cap is baseball for sure.
Absolutely. So Prob, tell the people real quick why. Like why is baseball your favorite sport to cap? Is it because you're more profitable at baseball? Is it because it's easy? Do you find like it's easier? Like what like puts it in that order of MLB, NFL, NBA?
So baseball is my favorite because it's more like data driven. You can actually look at numbers when you're researching something, and that player's performance that night will more times than not go with what you research. Whereas the NBA is it's more variance, I would say. You bet on a player
Absolutely.
prop. So say if you bet on an assist in basketball, you need that person to make a shot from the guy that you passed on. You know what I'm saying? Or you need your guy to make the threes or whatever you betting on. Whereas the baseball, if you bet on the pitcher strikeouts, nobody controls that but him and the guy he's facing. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I'm betting on this guy. So it's like times I was betting on let's just say the John Murray assist. He had the big trade today. So betting on the John Murray assist, but if Purdue's missing the layup or something, he's blowing that. Whereas
Right.
if I'm betting on Ohtani to get strikeouts, I'm trusting him and his talent alone to make that happen. So I feel like with baseball, it's just more data driven. So it's and I love the sport anyway. Like I said, I played it when I was younger. My father played baseball too, so it's always been like a passion for me. So it makes it easier to
Nice.
cap. I think
Nice.
I think knowing the sport that you're capping makes it fun too.
Whole lot, yeah, a lot more fun. And I think a lot of people now are the people that who aren't really betting on. I feel like gambling, like sports gambling, is not dead, of course, but it has died down because a lot of people don't know MLB, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they don't know it, so they just take this time off, right? Like they just like I don't know it, I ain't betting it. It's variance on the sides. I don't know how to count player props, so I'm just not gonna touch it at all. But
Yep.
like you said, bro, it's so much money to be made in baseball. But I also think there's a correlation between like watching it, right? Like
Yeah.
most people not gonna sit around and watch a baseball game. I love baseball. You know what I mean? I'll sit around and watch
Mm-hmm.
baseball all day long, as long as there's some good teams playing that I actually want to see, or
Yeah.
a player that I'm interested in. You know what I mean? Like so I think there's a correlation between like people actually watching the sport to bet on it, because if you put some people get that dopamine effect of like yo, I'm betting on LeBron tonight because I know I'm watching the game. You know what I mean? I'm watching the Lakers, so I'm putting money on Bron. You know what I mean? Or I'm
Yeah.
putting money on the opposite team because I can't stand Bron. So when that team, when that game come on, I'm gonna be locked in. I'm gonna have the popcorn ready. I hope they crush Bron. You know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
it's a correlation because also, at this time of the year, a lot of people taking trips, they're taking vacations, so they're not really locked in and kind of paying attention. It's
Mm-hmm.
we're like 7 weeks away from college football, and then NFL be here. Next thing you know, it'll be getting cold outside. It'll be fall, and the NBA will be back, and we'll kind of
Yep.
get back into the swing of things, and baseball will be finishing up. So right now, I feel like people are kind of just taking their time off. Transitioning, no problem. I want to talk to you a little bit about the craziest thing you've seen in gambling, right? So like the biggest ticket you've seen hit, or just some wild story that you've seen. It could be on gambling Twitter and your personal life. Like what take the people behind the curtain, man. Tell them something crazy you done saw, bro.
Oh man, personal life. We got one of my homies. He had a ticket. I want to say probably about 2 or 3 months ago. He got a free bet on Bet Rivers, a $400 free bet. He cashed it, bro. 8 leg parlay. And he won. I want to say $40,000 off of it or something like that,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
Of a $400 free bet. He walked into the casino for him to cash him out. They had to take him to the back of the casino, like with
Uh-huh.
security and everything. I don't know if they put the money in the suitcase or not, because I ain't go with him. I don't remember. I think he said they put it in a suitcase or something. They gave him the money. They had to escort him out of the casino, bro. Like it was like top flight security for it. That's the
Yeah.
craziest thing I've seen. I mean, of course, on gambling Twitter, you see the big slips like the home run bets or first baskets and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like actually knowing a person that did it, I've actually seen it happen before, and I know the process. They take you to the back of the casino, walk you
Mm-hmm.
around, and yeah. So But that was the craziest thing I seen. A $400 free bet.
$400 on
40,000.
an 8-leg free bet for the
8 legs,
40K. I love to hear that, bro. I love to hear that. Smack the bookies up, bro.
And I think that was a mix of NBA was still on. I think baseball season had just started.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of stuff mixed in there, bro. It was crazy. I don't remember this. I got a screenshot of that slip too, but yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Word, you take the year off, bro. 40K, good. People can live off 40K for the year, bro, for sure.
Yeah, and when you do that, when you hit it like that, you need the straight bet now. Stop parlaying.
Exactly. You got a nice little take it out. You got a nice little bankroll. Make sure you set something out for taxes because they coming after this. All
they
that,
definitely
bro,
coming.
For sure. Okay, what about you, Prop? Like, what team would you say, or player would you say? Because I know you bet on players more than you bet on teams. What player would you say, Prop, is winning you the most money? Whether it's MLB or NBA, who you think? Who love you? Who love you, bro? Who love you the same amount you love them?
Man, I had to pick one player. Zach LaVine assists were pretty good.
Zach LaVine, Jokic blocks and steals in there.
Blocks and steals. Kevin Huerter 3 assists.
Oh, you crushed that line, yeah.
Man,
giving that out religiously. He was crushing it.
Man, that's kind of tough to just pick one player.
Any player prop you can think of that made you the most money as far as like a single bet? You like, yo, I love this. I'm about to put, some ridiculous amount on it. I'm about to put 5 units, 10 units on it.
If I go over that, this just originally Sean Manaea for the San Diego Padres over 5.5 Ks. He was covering it every start, bro. He just covered against the Diamondbacks. Crazy. My last bet I was able to place in Illinois on the road. Don't do this at home. I was driving, but his line dropped we was on inside the lines. His line dropped at 5.5 for -106 against the Diamondbacks, who was on a terrible slump at home against left-handed pitching. Bro, I saw his line drop at 5.5. I was literally, this is my phone right here. I was literally I was driving, phone right here, bro, putting the slip in, loaded up on them, on the road, bro, on the expressway, traveling to where we're moving to. So, Manaea over 5.5 Ks this season. And I've been backing. So right now, I would say the Padres. If I give you teams, the Padres and the Yankees, as far as team wise, but favorite player prop right now, Sean Manaea. He's paying me very well.
Sean Manaea over 5.5 Ks, man. You heard it. You heard it, man. So if you're listening to the show, it might be something to look at, especially if figure out when Manaea gonna be in the lineup for the Padres, bro.
Every 5 days.
Could be some money for you, yeah, for sure. Man, depending on when the episode drop, for sure, bro, for sure.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, a couple more questions before I get you out of here, man. This one I think is an intriguing question, Prop. What would you say is the most frustrating thing about gambling in your eyes?
Frustrating. I think frustration comes now when you got a platform to give out plays. So not really the sports itself, because it's win or loss. It is gambling. You know what I mean? You can't really get too upset over losses. You can enjoy the wins, but the losses sometimes bring you back down to earth. But losses happen. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think frustration now comes when you at a platform like what we have. I mean, you got the chalkboard too. You know what I mean? So when you giving out plays, you want every play you give out to hit, you know what I mean? But that's just not realistic. So absolutely. The frustration comes when you actually the capping, when you picking out the plays, because now it's not just me putting my money on it. It was 1,600 people in the Telegram. So I don't know how many of them gonna tell, how many people are active or whatnot, but I know it's hundreds of people at least that are taking this play. So you don't want to lose nobody money, especially not hundreds of people. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, yeah.
I think the frustration comes with just sometimes you overthink it when you trying to be the best you can, for others. Because at that point, it's not about yourself. It's about the people who believe in you. Even if it's free or paid, if they taking your play, they believe in you for that play. You know what I mean? So I think the frustration comes in just the capping process on, okay, which one do I pick? which picks.
How you separate your lean from your officials. Yeah,
Exactly. Yep.
for
So
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
that's the most frustrating part to me. But as far as like the sports, I'm kind of used to it now. Like the win or losses, like sometimes you get a bad break. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about it though. You
That's
just
a
move on to the
fact.
next day.
That's a fact. So transitioning from there, Prop, I think is a perfect segue. What do you think is the biggest lesson you've learned about handicapping sports since you started?
Don't parlay.
Don't parlay.
That's rule
Don't
number one.
parlay. That's rule
Don't
number one if
parlay,
you want to be
and I don't
successful,
cash
bro.
out. Those are my
Don't cash. I enjoy your answer though, Prop, because I do think it's still so many people trying to hit a lick so quick, man. And that's why I love to do the spaces, man. I'm always constantly trying to educate people and tell them, like, cut down on the parlays, maybe drop a leg out, drop 2 legs out. Like, because the sports books, they eating off you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're not
They
the only
eating off the
person doing
parlays,
that.
bro.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that's doing that. That's why they can pay me on my straight bet, because you keep losing on your parlay bet. So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Prop. That's a gem, bro. I hope people see that as a gem for sure.
I might get a shirt. Just don't parlay.
Don't parlay. Stop parlaying.
Bro, because and it's the thing. Some people say, well, I get this all the time. People will say, well, I don't have the money to put that much on a straight bet. I didn't start off with that. My units started off at $50 once I got to straight betting. You know what I mean? And it just, it grew. But I think that's the first time I said that too. My when I first started, my units were $50. I'm not gonna tell you what it is now, but it started off at 50. Came a long way. But with the parlays, bro, it's just like you asking so many things to go right on an everyday basis. If you parlay every day, so you're telling me you expecting, even if it's 4 things, if you getting 4 parlays right every day, you should be doing something else. Because you're a genius, so you're a wizard at that point.
That's a fact.
If you're getting something to go right every day on parlays, that's incredible, bro. And a lot of times I don't want to get on a rant, but what I hate about some of the gambling Twitter stuff is these guys post a long shot parlay and it hits, right? People flood in, go join the Discords because they made that guy just put whatever it is, and they made 20,000, 10,000, whatever it is on that parlay. Obviously, they had the money to keep doing that, and when you sign up for that, you're signing up, and they can keep doing that. But if you only betting $25 or $10 on something, and you want to do the same thing that they're doing, that's not. You cannot show me a high percentage hit rate on that. You're going to be losing money in the end. So now the one time that you do hit could be worth it, right? For the person who's betting a high amount on it. If you're betting $10 on something, you win 400. But let's say you lose for a week or whatever it is, you giving the money back already. You trying it. You know what I mean? So I feel like with parlays, it's like a perfect example of a day. Like yesterday, I went 2-2. But I was still profitable. Why? Because my main play was Manea. I went 1.5 units on him. So the 2 losses were 1 unit plays. The 2 wins was 1.5 and 1 unit plays. So I still was profitable at half a unit, even though I had a break even day record wise. That's why units are important too, bro. You know what I mean?
I was just about to say that, Prop, and I think that's important to remember as well. Like you said, you can't stand a parlay. I can't stand a parlay either. But if you're gonna do it, make sure that it's a small percentage of your bankroll, right? So what I like to tell people is, I always use $100 because I think that's a nice round number, right? If you're $100 better, right, and your parlay is and you want to parlay, do 1/10 of a unit, right? Only put $10 on that parlay, and then you hit the straight, so you're gonna hopefully come close to doubling your money. That $100 is gonna turn into 195, 196, 194, depending on where you get the line at. But then if that parlay miss, you cover, you know what I mean? And your straight bet should be something that you're confident in. So I'm not going to tell people not to parlay. I'm going to tell people to limit the amount of legs in their parlay. And I'm also going to tell people to make sure that parlay is such a really small percentage of their actual bankroll. It's all about bankroll management if you want to do this long term and not have to keep uploading money to these sports books for sure.
Right. Man, yeah. I don't even remember last time I put something on the book, bro. That's a blessing to be able to say that. But
absolutely.
That's how it should be, though. Unless, of course you're going to withdraw, but you want to withdraw when you get to a certain amount that, okay, let me take some of this. but you're gonna leave enough of your bankroll that you started with. You know what I mean? You went from profits,
Absolutely.
and then you do it again. So
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely,
yeah,
prop.
bro.
So prop. So another educational piece. Hopefully, this be educational. I think it will. What would you say is the what would you say you learned the most about yourself as a bettor, if anything, over your course of the last 4 years?
Um, what I learned about myself. That's a good question. Mm, I think, man, what I learned about myself. I don't know. I mean, I guess I mean, I noticed that I'm just a pretty open guy. I would say, like, I'm real with myself. I would say that, like, I know when I'm being undisciplined, or if I was about to make a bet because of emotion. You know what I mean? And I think
Mm-hmm.
you know that about me as well. I always talk crap about the Celtics, but I was betting on them too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
absolutely. Yeah.
And I used to wouldn't do that though, but now it's like if the data leads me that way, then that's the play. It doesn't matter who I like or where I'm from. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I've learned. Because I feel like I'm still getting better as a capper. I would say
Yeah,
that. So
absolutely, bro. We all still growing, and I think that's a. I knew it was gonna be a gem prop. I didn't know what you was gonna say, but that's a gem, bro. That is a gem, and I know you
yeah,
hear me
bro.
tell people in the space, bro. You have to be so objective about betting. When you're subjective and you think that your team, just because they're in the playoffs, are going to win, and you're gonna bet on them every single night, you're gonna
Hmm.
lose, right? Unless you the Golden State Warriors, who won a lot more games than they lost. You are not profitable. You cannot take
Exactly.
you cannot take the Dallas Mavericks every single game because they're the Mavs and that's your team and you Luka your favorite player. That is not going to win every single time. So gambling is situational, right? Who's at home?
Yep.
Who's on the road? Who's the favorite? Who's the dog? Who's more rested? You know what I mean? You got to be able to look at these spots and not specifically take somebody just because you like this player or your brother went to college with him, right? Or you seen him at the airport. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I hear some of the
Yeah.
craziest stuff, prop. So bro, I'm gonna get you out of here, but I do want to ask you one more question real quick for the I think the people will like this one too, bro. And
Okay.
this can be a tough question to answer, but it also could not be a tough question. I think it's a learning opportunity for the people for sure. Prop, what do you ever remember like a really like long losing streak, like where you got cold? And if you did, like how did you overcome that? Talk to the people a little bit
Yes,
about that.
bro. It probably was like, man, I think it was probably about maybe a month and a half or 2 months ago, bro. People are in the Telegram will tell you. I mean, you guys will see this. Some people probably left the Telegram too, bro. We went on a 7 day losing streak, bro. It was and I had never been through that even personally, even when me and Ken were just doing parlays. So to be doing straight bets, and we would go 2-3. It wasn't like 0-6 or 0-5. It was 2-3 or 2-4, 3-6. Because I think at one point we were giving out too many plays too. I feel like that's why I say we're still learning. You know what I mean? Especially when you're at this level where you're giving out plays. So we still learning discipline, which I feel like it's like coming into our own like perfect timing right now with the launch of everything. But we went on a 6 or 7 day losing streak. Well, I'll just say 7 just to be transparent. I don't. I think it might have been 6, but let's just say 7. So 7 day streak, bro. A lot of people in Telegram were like, they were still showing love. I mean, probably about 3 people may have said something negative. Like, the day the streak ended, somebody was like, I never forget. I always remember like the motivation. This guy was like, man, about time after 7 days. I remember I said actually it was 6, but thanks for coming. And I kicked them out. It's like I don't need the negative energy, bro. Kick him out of the
Right.
Telegram.
Don't need it. Hey, bro, the negative energy when you trying to lock in and you already know you can lose, but that's the last thing you need.
And
I
the
ain't never
thing,
told nobody. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say because the Telegram is free. So if I'm giving you, I lost my money. I don't know what you bet on it, but you taking my plays for free, and you got the nerve to say something crazy to me too.
Right.
Man, I don't want to hear. If a person
Right.
pay, you can say anything you want to say. But if I was giving you stuff for free, I don't want to hear nothing
Right.
when I just
I
lost my money too because you're already mad.
Right. I think that's a big transparency point too, though, probably because a lot of people don't understand, and that's why that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the show. Right, is because I think it's so important for you to see the capper, hear the capper, like like hear their story. You provide write-ups for your plays. You're not just giving out a play. So you're doing your due diligence for that play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So people can look at your homework and be like, you know what? I'm a rock with this. Or you know what? I don't like that. You know what I mean? That ain't enough
I had
evidence.
somebody just today, bro. So the play is already out now, so I can say it. I took Shohei Ohtani over 6.5 strikeouts tonight. The White Sox strikeout percentage on the season is only, I think, 18 or 19 some percent over the last 30 days. So it's not high. When you're looking for a strikeout percentage high for a team, you want something like 23% and up, I would say. But when you look at the whiff rate, whiff and baseball is swing and miss. The White Sox, 8 out of the 9 guys in the lineup have over league average and whiff percentage against Shohei Ohtani's 2 out pitches. His out pitches are his slider and curveball. So that means if he gets these guys in a 2-strike count, he has the edge because they swing and miss some of the worst in the league at his 2 pitches. So the number will be misleading if you just look at that K percentage, but you got to dig deeper into the cap, and it's more than just about that one stat. You got to look at everything. So again, I provide that. So I got a Discord, but I give out free plays as well. I gave that to both because I love to play. And a person asks you like, man, how can I do this? How can I get those type of numbers? And that's what we do it for. When you capping and giving out plays, you don't want somebody just to pay you their whole life or however long you're going to do it. I want you to learn from me too. So you can start capping yourself. You won't have to pay me again next month or whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's why I tell people it's not about the money when you got a Discord or whatever. People are paying you for the service you provide, and they're paying to learn from you. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, bro.
I just thought that I wanted to throw that in there, because you just said that. So
yeah, I think that's invaluable, bro. I think that's so invaluable, man. But hey, Prop, I appreciate you, bro, for coming on the show, man. We at the time when we wrapping up, but I do want to, like I said, I want to give you your flowers, bro, because you've been doing this. The Telegram was booming, was jumping. You came into spaces, we rubbed shoulders, and like you said, the rest is history, bro. The rest is history, man. I think his story is amazing. I think it's going to inspire. Somebody's going to be watching this that is inspired to eventually have their own service or be partnered with props.cash or OzJam or whatever the case might be. And I hope that they can use this as motivation. Somebody don't want to work their job. They don't want to go to work on Monday. They don't want to go to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? 4th of July weekend coming. Everybody got Monday off. People ain't gonna want to go to back work on Tuesday. You know what I mean?
And I think that's the best part is like I wake up each day and I get to do what I love to do anyway. I was already betting. Now, because some people get it, they be like, oh, you're just gambling. You gamble for a living. It's more than just gambling. What I'm doing now, I'm providing a service to people, but I'm also creating content. It's bigger than just gambling. It's content creation because I got to create the content for you to know that I know what I'm doing. And to explain to you
versus
why
just
this
giving
is
out the play, right? Yeah, you
exactly.
could Ohtani over 6.5 strikeouts, and that be it, right? Nah, you're not doing that. You doing, like you said, you're doing way more than that, bro.
And I pay
some
for
people
so many
that.
VIPs.
I was gonna say some people some people give you that, bro. You'll never know why they liked it, bro.
And I don't know.
You'll never know why I lost. Yeah, you'll never know, bro.
But the reason why I signed up, we're up so and so units this month, or let me sign up. This guy's winning. But okay, it is a long stretch, you know what I mean? But it just so happens when you get in there, it's like, man, this place is losing. Man, I just lost a couple of days in a row. But he said he was up all these units for the month. It's like it was frustrating for me, bro. So my goal was to always be transparent. That's why I get the Action Network. So if you're in my Discord or Telegram, you can always go see what our record was. I can't change anything, you know what I mean?
Right.
You can see it. Whether it was win or loss, I got to own it. That 7-day lose streak, I had to own that, bro. And to still be profitable after all of that is just a testament. Just believe in yourself. That's if you want to get something out of my story is I believe in myself, whether it's just capping or betting, whatever it is. Believe in yourself and put your all into whatever you're doing. If it is your job, you want to do that for your whole life, whatever it is, just put your all into whatever you do. You can do whatever you want to. And
absolutely,
that's
bro.
my
that's a gem. That's a gem, Prob. I think a lot of people gonna be able to, hopefully they be able to relate to that and be inspired by that. You know what I mean? To take that next step. Like you said, even if it ain't capping, just whatever it is that you want to do, put your all into it and bet on yourself. And
you got the Discords and the partnerships and all like this money coming in replaces what I was making at a job. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. That's fire, bro. That's fire, bro. That's fire.
You
man.
just
like
never
I said,
know,
Yeah, no, you don't, bro. You just keep growing, though. You keep working. You know what I mean? You keep hustling, bro. And I think that's what we, that's where we kind of, rub shoulders at, because I know what your work ethic like. You know what I mean? You know what my work ethic like. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty, man. But yeah, we've come to the end of the show, man. Before we dip out, though, I do want to give Prop just a chance to, tell the people how he can be accessed, where he can be reached at, his handles, his discourse, partnerships. Like, talk to the people, Prop. Tell them where they can find you at, bro.
So if you want to find me, of course, Twitter is like the main source for all of us. My Twitter is at PropGod_. That's PROPGOD_. All my links are in the bio for that. If you want to join the Discord, I have a website. It's lockpicks.com. You can just Google it. It comes right up. www.lockpicks.com. Lockpicks.com. It comes right up. It shows you all the memberships. I got a monthly, a 3-month, and a 6-month membership for people. Just to, because some people want to just, put the money in there and don't worry about the next couple of months. You know what I mean? I do have the Telegram. I'm going to be transitioning over to the chalkboard starting July 1st, though. I'll tweet out that link. By the time you drop this, it might be out already. So the chalkboard link will be in my bio. That'll be for free plays. So the chalkboard is going to replace the Telegram. That's if you want free access to me and Ken's plays on a daily basis. Partnerships, Prize Picks. If you want to sign up for Prize Picks, my promo code is PropGod. You sign up, you get 100% deposit match, up to $100 on your first deposit. I'm also partnering with OzJam. With OzJam, you sign up, my promo code is PropGod. Props.cash. That's what I use for all my player props tools. So if you're looking at my success in MLB and things like that, Props.cash helps me out with that. It helps with the charts that I post with my plays daily. You sign up for them, you get 25% off your first month. So that'll bring your first month down to about $15. And my promo code there is PropGod again. So my promo code for all three of my partners are PropGod.
Word.
And yeah, I mean,
word.
Other than that, I don't really use Instagram. So if you want to reach me, just hit me up on the DM on Twitter. You got any questions about anything? I'm active on Twitter all day, every day. So that's the best way to reach me.
Word. Hey, Prop, again, man, I just want to thank you for coming on, bro, sharing your journey. Like I said, I think you dropped a lot of gems, man. If you watch this, and you won't pay attention, I recommend rewatching it, man. It's, you can hit that rewind button. Prop he definitely dropped y'all some gems for sure, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show, man. We've come to the end of the show. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy. Be sure, for the audience, be sure to DM me on Twitter at crispycappin, 2 P's, 2 N's, or email me at crispycappin@gmail.com if you like to see some of your, one of your favorite cappers on the show, or if you think they'd be interested in being interviewed. I don't mind reaching out. You can have them reach out if, or maybe it's you that want to be interviewed. Shoot me a DM. Definitely a lot of content coming for sure. Be sure to show some love on the way out, man. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe, turn the notification bells on if you enjoy this type of content, because it should be a lot more interviews to come for sure. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, for supporting me as always in the, in the various ways, whether it's, leaving tips or just kind words, rocking all the Crispy Cap'n swag, all the gear, bro. Matter of fact, shout out to my guy Ball Hawk. I got the Ball Hawk, Petty Hawk shirt on today, nice, man. Yeah, shout out to my guy Ball Hug, bro. One of my mentors. Sure. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, all the support, man. Everything. Let's keep educating ourselves. Let's keep getting sharper with our picks. Let's keep growing and keep smashing the books, man. Until next time, good luck on all your MLB bets and all your soccer bets that's going on right now. I'm out.
Peace.